I guess nothing is boring. It's so hot in here that I'm expecting this to be like an insect haven. It's probably going to peak the mic. Happen.
Always the laugh. It always pauses with the laugh. It's...
Wicked sick. What is this guy?
Wicked sick. Oh my god, it's wicked sick.
This guy's from New England.
It's totally fucking pissa.
Godlike. Yep. So this is what you need to take into the woods.
Now it just is gonna say that over and over again.
The business model on this thing is great.
Yeah.
They just made it and sent it to us. They said, you don't have to make a video. And then we took it out of the box and then, like, as some people have commented, this is not the newest technology. Oh my God, they've been doing this for 20 years. Like, yeah, but they didn't put it.
Yeah, but it doesn't say holy shit.
Didn't come with like the Unreal announcer.
So this is the Vint Fun Game Swatter.
Didn't get paid for this, guys.
Did not get paid for this. However, this is the instruction booklet for said thing. And on the back here, I couldn't help but notice, and we don't have the webcam hooked up.
You can just read it.
Yeah, but there is this nice poem on the back here that was included that roughly sounds like Game of Thrones. So
roughly.
Yeah. My lord, I will give my vow. So remember, this is for a electronic fly swatter.
This shipped to us from Shenzhen, China.
Night gathers, and now my watch begins. It shall not end until my power off. I shall be rechargeable, environmental friendly, safe protection. I shall wear no case and win no glory like phone. I shall live and die at my post. I am the sword in the darkness. I am the watcher on your side. I am the light that burns against the mosquito, the light that brings the dawn, the horn that wakes the sleepers, the shield that guards the children. I pledge my life and honor to the night's watch for this night and all the nights to come. Someday I was old enough and gone before you, but our stories will live forever. Friends Vint Fun on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I will be back for you someday in another way.
How much money will you give me if I lick it?
Holy shit!
It's turned off, right?
Yeah, it's off. Don't worry.
So yeah, if you live in the swamp, then and you're wicked smart, YouTube says. Sure, great. Put this somewhere else.
So wicked smart. Oh my god.
Put this. I'm not licking it. It's not gonna happen.
Lick it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, lick it.
Usually, if I hear that, I'm out the door so fast. God, you're giving me New Jersey flashbacks. Yeah. Oh my God, leak out the door.
Leave. Yeah.
Like if you don't have a back door, you're about to get one. Cartoon style.
Rough.
All right, guys. So be sure to check this out and throw this in the comments for everybody.
This is the. What? Is that the thing?
Yeah, it's. Well,
that's the Gleam link. There we go.
There we go. Yeah.
Got this one here.
If you guys head over to our Tech Syndicate Twitter page, there's a link to a contest. Lenovo is giving away a laptop, a Y530. I want a laptop.
Yeah, me too.
We're not allowed to enter this contest, but we
totally wish we could.
Yeah, we did play with these laptops in North Carolina quite a bit, and the build quality is on another level. That's what I'll say about it.
So we put the link in the comment
Twitch.
in the Twitch stream here for you. Take a look at, and we'll have the link on YouTube as well, but it'll be like the last day for it or something when we post it on YouTube. We're pretty close to it. So
it ends on the 15th.
Oh, it ends on the 15th. Yeah, it'll be pretty close. 15th. So it'll be pretty close to the last day. So
no, I don't remember when it is. It's the 15th or the 18th?
I'm pretty sure it's 15th. It's 4 days left.
4 days left. All right. So yeah, by the time this is on YouTube, you guys are screwed. All the people watching, you got a better chance of winning a laptop because you're awesome. That's just the way it's going to be.
Yep.
Split up all the tech companies. What do you think?
All of them.
All of them. So this is Chris Hughes. He's the co-founder of Facebook from back when. And he is advocating for a split up of Facebook. He says they're too powerful. They have too much information about us, and they use that information for profit. They sell it to other companies. And they're so big that they're nearly unstoppable. We don't have there's not much of an option for them to not be in our lives for a lot of these big companies. Okay, if you want to have Google out of your life, right? Like people are like, oh, just let the market decide, right? Let the market take care of this. If the market wants a big company, then the market can have a big company. Okay, let's say I don't want Google in my life. What steps am I going to have to go through to not have Google in my life? Okay, I use Google Apps to get around town, like their map or whatever. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to switch over to Waze. Google bought Waze. You know what I mean? Like, what other map? There's how difficult is it going to be?
Not use the internet, and then I'll be totally able to not have to deal with Google.
Yeah, and Facebook, if you're on Facebook, that's one thing. But Facebook, even if you visit a Facebook page or click on a link, they do as much as they can to track you. And they even have shadow profiles for people who don't even have Facebook accounts because they've gathered information based upon your cookies, and they just they try to market to everyone in the world, even if you're not a member of the platform, and they try to follow you around. A lot of websites you go to have something called the Facebook Pixel, which I do not have installed on our websites, but it's a little pixel somewhere on the screen that harvests information about the people who go there, and that'll become part of your cookie, even if you're not a member of Facebook. And that's how big they are. They're able to just get information and stuff on everybody.
So that means those of you that followed the posts to come over here and watch this show through Facebook, they are tracking you watching us.
Yeah, the people who came from Facebook are probably just resigned to the fact that okay, I'm trading a little bit of my privacy or a lot of my privacy.
Hey, Mark, I'm going to go watch this show, okay? Thank you. Click.
Thanks for letting me know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Affirmative, human.
And if you guys watched last week, we were talking about how Mark Zuckerberg.
The
Zuckerberg is. He's doing everything he can.
You will be assimilated.
To implement mind-reading devices that will help your experience. Just put this little hat on, and then they'll help your experience. So that's a lot of what Facebook's doing, but that's Google's doing the same thing. All these other companies are doing the same thing. Yeah, mind reading. It's going to happen. Just wait.
Yep.
After they figure out how your mind works. So I want to know what you guys think. Should they split up the big companies like, Google, Amazon? Should these companies be split up? Are they doing too much damage to the small businesses? Should Facebook be forced to split Instagram and WhatsApp back into their own separate things?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, I think so.
Yeah.
I think that they should even figure out ways to split up Facebook internally as it is. Even after those companies are gone, we need to break it down even more. So, I don't know.
We have a second article about this here.
Yeah, there's a couple here. You guys can pick the one. They're both saying the same thing, but one of them saying that politicians are getting behind this. So in more big tech company news here.
Yeah.
So this article says they're deleting evidence of war crimes, and what's happening is the algorithms on Facebook, or even sometimes there's a human element involved in this. They have just a building full of people somewhere that's very low pay. They go through and they watch each video and make sure that it's not someone exploding or someone having sex or just whatever is not allowed on their platform. They're removing these videos, but a lot of these videos have incriminating evidence or war crimes or just whatever. So this is a little bit of a sensational headline, but it gets into the fact that the algorithm could be, people, when they upload this stuff, they're uploading evidence, right? And the algorithm could be removing the evidence because it violates the terms of service. So, is that I don't know if I even have a feeling about this. I feel like the evidence wouldn't be there in the first place 5-10 years ago before the ubiquity of phones and cameras. I feel like that this evidence would just be gone anyway. But how much evidence do governments and law enforcement need? How many pieces of evidence do these companies need or these entities need? I don't know. Anyway. I don't know if we should advocate keeping everything on there, or maybe just if something violates the algorithm, but it's like a murder, send it to local authorities. Maybe that would be something you could put into the algorithm.
Seems fair.
Yeah, hey, this is probably a murder.
Yeah. This might be evidence later.
But there's also the thing that hey, there could be war crimes on there. What if a bunch of drones blow up some people in Iran or something, right? And it's U.S. drones. And that gets removed. Well, now the U.S. people don't know that our tax dollars are being spent to blow up families. So it's what do you do with that? That's just going to get deleted. There's no answer to this, guys.
But hey, our tax dollars are being spent to blow up other families.
Our tax dollars are also going to Jeff Bezos.
Yes, they are. Oh, man, this guy.
Yeah, he's getting a lot of our tax dollars.
He has... And now Jeff Bezos has unveiled his future space laser that he's going to use to finally conquer this little blue speck that has just, like,
it's genius.
Denied his grasp for so long.
So he's got his new moon lander out there. And NASA, the funny thing is like Jeff Bezos, right? Richest guy in the world. He's got enough money that he could just, like, build a colony on the moon by himself and just go live there and whatever, right? So,
Yeah.
But why spend his money when he can get the government's money?
That's how you keep your own Jeff Bezos money.
Let's pay our employees such a low wage that they have to go get tax dollars for welfare. And then when I go to the moon, I'm going to go get tax dollars to go to the moon. But he's probably doing some cool things for NASA as well. They're working on technology together, so I'm a little bit tongue in cheek right here. Anyway, they're going to put together this Blue Moon lander, which is it's the biggest size that can currently fit into one of their spacecraft, right? So they're going to fly these up to the moon and eventually have human missions to the moon, but this could also be something that could help colonize the known universe. So, yeah. Anyway.
They will be releasing Blue Moon Prime shortly.
If you want to go up to the moon.
Yeah, if you want to get to the moon quicker, Blue Moon Prime.
Excuse me. Okay, if you had $1 million, how much would you pay out of that $1 million to go to the moon? 100,000, 200,000? How much would you pay if Amazon had a service where they could be like, yeah, just jump on our Blue Prime thing.
Yeah.
And you can get up there. We'll send a drone to your house to pick you up, and then you'll meet up in, like low orbit.
Yeah.
And you guys will fly on up.
I'm super into that.
It'd be kind of cool, And then we can get up there and take pictures of the flat Earth.
Hey.
From the round moon, which makes all kinds of sense. God, there's a lot of heavy stuff. I want to get to the games because we've got a lot of fun game stuff to talk about. And we've got some really fun Bethesda stuff to talk about.
First, we have to.
We've got to talk about killer robots again.
They gonna kill us.
So I just want to get down here to the companies that are working. The countries that are working on this, right? So you got the U.S., China, Russia, UK, France, Israel, and South Korea right now that are working on killer robots, meaning artificial intelligence that's able to, I guess, look around and be like, that's a threat, and then eliminate the threat with little or no input from humans. So the thing about this is not all the countries are going to play by the same rules, and there's no blanket of rules. So you could have the USA right now, they've saying like, hey, we've got artificial intelligence, and what it's doing is it's looking at the battlefield or looking at like a town and being like, no, threat right there. And then one of our guys has to push the button to eliminate it.
Yeah.
But we're telling them where the threat is way before they could detect a threat. Like, look at this guy over here. Look how long his beard is. Threat, push button, dead. So that's what the USA is doing. Like, we've got a guy in a box. He's got to push a button. We've got an aiming assist. Like on their thing, it'll say like that's the threat, and then you can aim it yourself. Like that's what they're doing. But China and Russia may not play by the same rules. They might just say like, you know what? We have really good algorithms. We have really good facial recognition, and we have really good surveillance. So imagine like right now you got China. There's a camera on every corner. When I was there was cameras in the middle of the woods. There was cameras on the lift. There was cameras at the top of the mountains. Like there are millions of cameras in China. So let's say that like everywhere you go, they know they know your face. They can monitor the way you walk. And let's say they just like 10 years from now, they're like, here we go. We've got our robots, and they are just going to clean it up. They're just going to clean up the mess. If there's somebody who's like avoiding warrants, someone who's got, like we know is a suspect for something, turn them loose, let them clean it up, full autonomy. Like that could be a thing, right?
Okay.
Now, let's say they unleash that on other parts of the world where, there's not as much discretion over is this person a villain or not. They're just like, this is the enemy. The USA is the enemy. Whatever. Japan is the enemy. Whatever it is. I'm just hypothetical. Like, 15 years down the road, what if that's the new war? They just turn things loose and we're like, kill. You guys know what to kill. You're smart. You've got artificial intelligence. There's no laws and rules governing this yet. Mm-hmm. Where are you going to hide? Yeah, what happens when the AI turns against us? No one's asking these questions. At least, PAX is the company or the group here that says that there's an accountability vacuum. But these are the guys who are saying that we need to do something about it.
Vacuum of accountability.
Anyway.
All right.
Game stuff?
Almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Half game stuff. This is kind of half game.
So we're talking about Senator Josh Hawley?
Yep. Josh Hawley?
I'll let you go to this one. I'm crazy with the last one.
Yeah. So he announced that he would like to state a bill that would ban loot boxes and pay to win microtransactions in any games that are made to be played by minors. Basically because the majority of the people that are throwing all this money at microtransactions are kids that are like using their parents' cards and stuff like that, and people are like getting really upset about this. But he also wants to do this because by calling the Protecting Children from Abusive Games Act, which sounds really like blankety weird. Like abusive games, like the games aren't abusing you, they're they taking advantage and abusing the same thing.
I mean, if you want to go for a harsher term, abuse is kind of okay. You know?
Yes.
But I mean, this will really destroy a lot of the mobile apps. We're thinking about games like PUBG and Apex Legends and stuff like that. Some of the big AAA games, all the EA games, pretty much, just all these games as services. We're thinking about those games, but it's going to destroy mobile games. Like, when you think about that, Candy Crush and stuff, like how much money did those games make from idiots who somehow got their parents' credit card, you know? Oh, no! Destroy the mobile apps. No. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it seems like there would be an easy way to get around this, right?
It seems like it'd be really tough to regulate. Like,
I think all the games companies would have to do is just put a checkbox for I am over 18. And then the blame shifts from them to the children, being like, well, this asshole kid said he was 18.
Yeah. The same porn doorway that they do. Like, are you over 18? Yes.
Is my door closed?
Yeah.
Yes.
Futeki, we talked about the Earthworm Jim project last episode.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about a little bit about Earthworm Jim in a little bit, but also it's hilarious because it's coming out for the like 2 ColecoVisions duct taped together.
Yeah.
But
anyway, the microtransaction Pandora's box cannot be closed, I don't feel. Because right now, the only way to do it is to say that microtransactions are illegal in games and games cannot be games as a service. That's like, but they're not going to do that. I don't know if...
the game companies will be like, whoa, wait a minute, but we want money.
They're going to find ways around this. Yeah. And there's going to be, if they just say like, hey, listen, no minors... If the game was made and their minors are part of the audience, you can't have them. They're going to fight that like crazy. They're going to be like, "Hey, come on, we got a checkbox. Leave us alone." Then that'll probably work. So I don't see this as even being much of a thing. So
for 18 and dog years, yes.
Well, technically, if we're talking dog years, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, head over to epicfans.com and get you one of these. If you don't have one of these shirts yet, then you're an idiot. Yes.
Yeah.
How dare you for not having one of these shirts yet?
Yeah.
And I would like to get another shirt drawn by Mr. Creep, but it's been a while.
Mr. Creep.
Love this one.
Yeah.
We may have some from
cool.
Yeah, we may have some from Chris coming up soon because we're working on some artwork behind the scenes for different things. But yeah. And also, if you've got a mouse, thanks. And someone posted a really cool video of them with the mouse this week on YouTube. I was like, thanks very much. And sent them a copy of the latest album. So maybe if you're cool and you want to share your stuff online, maybe I'll do that to you too.
If you don't have a mouse and you don't have a t-shirt, then you're a double idiot.
That's how we sell shit. Yeah. All right, moving right along. What, okay, this...
You just threw that in. I assume you wanted to talk about
I don't know what this is. So this got somehow inserted into our links. I've never seen this before.
Okay.
So I must have been like clicking on something on the page and clicked to open this, and I've never seen this before.
Okay.
Maybe it's a message from God.
Were you like... Did you have like a our kids are fucking stupid tab up or something by accident?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I have no idea where this came from, but like as I'm looking through the articles we selected, I was like, did you put this in there? I was like, no, these are my links.
Yeah, those are.
The hell is this?
Those were totally yours.
Game of Thrones is a fucking mess.
Yeah. Okay. So
we're gonna rant about Game of Thrones for just a minute.
Hang on a minute, guys. So for the next couple of minutes, we're gonna be talking about Game of Thrones. So I'm gonna give us a solid 30 seconds for anyone that doesn't want to be spoiled about Game of Thrones to fuck off for about 5 minutes.
All right, yep. Game of Thrones talk coming up.
Yeah.
But we're not going to spoil A Song of Ice and Fire that much, I don't think, because he hasn't finished it, right?
Yeah. Me or George R. R. Martin? 'Cause I finished.
No,
what's
George
available.
R. R.
Okay.
Martin.
I
No,
was
no,
gonna say, come on.
I finished it a long time. I finished it such a long time ago that I've forgotten a lot of the details because I read it.
Okay. So first off, this whole article has a bunch of stuff.
Sweatshirt and a backpack. Yeah. So this is the Verge article.
This is a huge article about how they could be using the dragons better and a bunch of other stuff.
I feel like the people who write for the Verge would just be like chest bumping and like high fiving about like Arya and stuff like that.
So this is a huge in-depth article, but it's a worthwhile read. I don't want to go into it too much, mostly because we want to complain about Game of Thrones. So if those of you that
I don't even have very specific complaints other than like what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, like they proved last week that they were like, hey guys, we know it's the last couple episodes. We can still write shit. Don't worry. Like, don't worry. We still don't know what the fuck we're doing. Like aside from the coffee cup sitting in the middle of the party and stuff like that scene that they had, and like characters literally just being like, oh no, they were just built for throwaway and stuff. Like,
you know what my biggest complaint about the last episode was? And this is really dumb. Mm-hmm. They were shaming Brienne for being a virgin.
Oh, yeah.
She's a highborn lady.
Yeah.
Who is unmarried. So it's like, I feel like these writers are just throwing their like modern values in whenever they want to. And then like 5 minutes later, they're like, oh, but wait, we've got to throw in like old world hierarchical medieval style values and like, you know, highborn, but like it switches back and forth between like whoever's writing the script at that day. He's like, oh, I feel like having some jokes about this, but she would be like, of course I'm the highborn. She's like,
yeah, no shit. Like, and then also like she's like, hey, you wanna like stay and be with me? And he's like, nah, Syrian stuff, you know, like.
It's like, why is he there? Did he not change at all?
Yeah,
like he's had this huge character,
like, or Cersei and stuff.
Yeah, Cersei. We're talking about
Cersei. Yeah, so he's like, yeah, because you know, but like I did it all for Cersei. So
we're talking
like,
about Jaime right now.
Yeah, Jaime being like, so sorry to literally hit it and quit it with you, but like, Cersei.
He's like, I came here, I hung out with my traitor brother. I've gone through this huge character arc where maybe I've improved. I confronted Bran, and there was like almost a ununderstood like feeling of sorry, and then it's like, you know what, fuck y'all.
No, still a bad dude because I'll do it all for Cersei.
I'm still hateful and awful.
Yeah, like
there goes his character arc.
Okay, the thing that really pissed me off was Jon saying
part?
Basically his existence at this juncture. But
you mean Aegon?
Yeah, Aegon. No, the part that really makes me mad though is that when Tormund Giantsbane was like, yo, I'm going back to the north, like the north, because like it sucks down here and stuff.
Some nerves right now.
Yeah, and John's like, you know what? You should take Ghost with you too. Like he totally wants to be in the north. He'll be happier there and stuff. And then he literally like parts ways with his dog by just going at him, like two bros that are gonna see each other in a couple hours. Like he's like.
Okay, so number one, the showrunners do not have a dog.
Yeah.
They don't have dogs. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Number two, they probably don't like animals.
No, and like literally,
they don't want them around. That's no.
Like, okay, symbol of my house. Don't bother staying here at my home and defending my family or anything like that. That's not a big deal. But instead, I'm gonna banish you to the fucking north, where it's like really bad because literally Death Walking Incarnate had just spent the past 5 seasons walking through there, killing every living creature, thus making prey, which would already be really fucking scarce up there anyways because it's the goddamn north, even harder to find. But hey, way to survive fighting all those whites and stuff. Thanks. I'm not even gonna touch you though.
Hope you like eating frozen carrion.
Yeah, like.
Yeah. Okay. That's an even bigger gripe.
Yeah.
The whole dog thing, or the whole wolf thing. No.
He's
no.
Rode a dragon. Fuck off, dogs. Like, yeah.
You're dead to me. I'm a Targaryen now.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell are they even doing at this point? So I do enjoy watching the show because I like the characters, right? Mm-hmm. So I really enjoy just watching the characters exist. But at this point, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna finish out the show because of that. But I really miss George R. R. Martin's book influence.
I feel like they also like are trying to make Dany be crazy at the last second.
She's been a psychopath for
right. But
when I read the books, I was like, this is a narcissistic psychopath.
Sure, but she's been like had this very noble, like, yes, I'm the breaker of chains, blah blah blah
Right.
blah blah. All of a sudden, John like says a couple words about being Aegon, and she's like gets like her twisty face, and then like her second to last dragon dies, and she's like, ah, hell no, it's over now. Like Miss Sandy falls, and she's just like, well, I'm gonna burn this bitch to the ground.
You know what? I don't think she's an angry person in real life because her acting of anger is the worst thing I've ever seen. Act angry. I don't know how to be angry. I'm happy.
She's like, it's like watching a bunny try to be angry. Like she just gets big eyes and like. They're like, all right, Amelia, just wait. Like, we'll take a cut and we'll try again in 20 minutes, okay? I'm sorry, I'm just so...
Where's my coffee? Yeah. Where's my tall, happy chino? Yeah.
All right.
So, we could probably go on about this for like hours, but we're not going to. I'm just lamenting that this show is not going to go down in history as being that amazing when the books are like my favorite books. Those are my favorite books. If you guys are curious as to what my favorite book series is, it's A Song of Ice and Fire. It's brutal and wonderful and all that.
Can I say one more thing that was like, what? When it happened? When Sansa was talking to Sandor Clegane during the Sansan moment that everyone was hoping for, and he was like, if you didn't come with me, none of that bad shit would have happened to you. And she was like, well, you know, all that rape made me who I am, so that's entirely what defines me. And it was like,
no trauma, no big deal.
Yeah.
I was like, in fact, it was good.
Yeah. like what the? So, anyways,
who the hell is writing this shit?
Anyway,
Earthworm Jim.
There's an Earthworm Jim comic that's been officially announced.
We're gonna rant about Bethesda in a minute.
Yeah,
too, so
we're gonna complain about Bethesda, but first let's calm it all down with talking about an Earthworm Jim comic that's coming out.
I know how much people want to complain on the internet, and I did a study of it this week before we go into this. I posted a few days ago on my Twitter. I posted, "Hey guys, what's the worst?" You know, like, oh, just what's the worst?
Yeah.
So many comments. Today I posted, "What's the best?" Like, not very many comments.
Ice cream.
So the internet,
dogs.
They want to know what the worst is.
Yeah.
I knew it.
So, yeah. Doug Tendapal has announced that there's going to be an official comic series based on the worm.
I hope it's not rated G. I hope it's like rated.
Well,
PG
so this is all the website has for it so far. You can sign up for the mailing lists and stuff. But
is that guy's hairdo a monkey?
That's Professor Monkey for a head.
I don't remember this guy.
Or I forget what his official name is. I forget everyone's name. It's been so long. But he has a monkey for a head, and it's part of it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, it's time to rant again.
Yep.
About Bethesda.
By the way, what happened to Doug? Doug's right here.
Doug's behind us. Yeah. Put it on the on screen. Yeah. Can they not see Doug?
No. Oh. He's behind us. He's right over there. He's good.
Watered him yesterday. He's drunk.
Yeah.
So yeah. All right, let's talk about Bethesda for just a little bit.
Okay.
And Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, Bethesda and Dungeons and Dragons. So
two stones with one bird.
Yeah, right. So Bethesda recently published a Elsewhere Elder Scrolls Online story that was literally a ripoff of a Dungeons and Dragons module.
A modern one from like 2016. So
Yeah.
This is not even like something from back in the Minzo Baranzan days or something like that. They could have pulled like some Dark Sun stuff, or Elsewhere would not really fit in the Dark Sun, but they could probably modify it with throw a few trees in there.
Fuck, dude, you could pull an old school Eberron thing and just be like, these things. Like,
but this is a modern adventure.
So they took a module from the D&D Adventurers League called the Black Road and like shamelessly ripped it the fuck off. Like, not even just like, wow, I'm noticing a couple similarities here. Like, literally almost verbatim ripped it off.
All right,
word
I'll
for
do
word.
a couple sentences
then,
here.
Yeah.
So here's one sentence from, this is from the original, the Black Road D&D Adventures module. We can go with that one.
Okay.
And I'll be ready with this one to read this.
So
to read the other
from the Black Road, there's nothing like the desert to make people feel small and insignificant. In every direction, huge dunes roll across the landscape, and an even bigger sky looms above.
All right, now here's the Elsewhere version. Nothing beats the desert to make people feel small and unimportant. In every direction, enormous dunes roll across the landscape, and an even larger empty air skies above.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. The oasis of, like,
Starts with the Oasis of whatever.
Yeah. So like this wasn't even like kind of like it. This was literally someone who had no fucking idea how to like rip something off properly and not get caught. Like clearly you didn't do well in English in 9th grade. Like just like someone whoever did this was
used like the same name.
Yeah. The Chandra Stoll, a priest in Rimmon, a priestess in Parnas, has offered whoever delivers a statue 50 GP.
We'll pay you the statue in one
piece. So there's over on Ars Technica.
This is hilarious.
Yeah, it's so bad. Over on Ars Technica, they actually have a like page by page comparison, like down to the bullet points and stuff. It's so fucking bad. So like either someone at Bethesda was like, nobody plays Dungeons and Dragons, they won't have any fucking idea that I ripped this off. Like who actually goes to D&D Adventurers League and things like that.
That's for nerds and losers, and Bethesda doesn't have any nerds and losers.
Yeah, there's no crossover between video games and Dungeons and Dragons players.
That's one theory.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So
theory 2.
Theory number 2 would be, okay, you got some executives being like, holy shit, this D&D thing's making tons and tons of money.
Yeah.
We got to get in on this. We got money. We got to have money from all angles. We got to like build up the hype for elsewhere so we can sell more video games. So you, intern number 7, tomorrow I want on my desk an Elder Scrolls adventure game. It's like, I don't know how to do that. I don't give a shit. Tomorrow it must be done. Yeah. And so this guy goes home freaking out because the executive says to do these things. And he's like, and he finds a PDF online of something modern that he's able to edit and does it. That's theory number 2.
Yeah. I mean, there's no good theory that's not like, basically Bethesda thought you were idiots and would get away with this.
I feel like Bethesda's starting to think everyone's idiots.
Man, like
and they can get away with anything.
Like, this has just not been Bethesda's year.
They used to be my favorite game company. Back in the Daggerfall days and the Morrowind days, they were like, that was like, Bethesda was it. Like they were my favorite company.
Now they're like slowly circling the drain of like everyone's respect, and then just when you think that they're like, no, we've got it, we're gonna pull ourselves out again, they accidentally grab onto the flusher and reflush it back down again. Like that's how bad they keep on doing. Like they're running out of feet to shoot themselves in. Basically,
I mean, I can understand something like this happening at a big company because maybe the executives didn't play the D&D adventure game, and it might be just a few people who worked on this who are at fault, and those people need to be like taken outside and stoned or whatever they do at Bethesda. I'm not sure what the culture is there. They hang you from the
nerds will be spanked with moon rocks.
Moon rocks. Okay, they need to be spanked with whatever however the hell you guys deal with it. Bethesda, you need to deal with this, but you probably need to crucify these people in public.
Yeah,
because at this point, everyone's saying Bethesda did this.
They make you play 76.
Oh, God.
They strap you down and go.
They make you play Fallout 76. Yep.
Can't you just kill me instead?
No. Oh, God. On a half-empty server.
Yep. And we want your bug notes, too.
All the bug notes. But I don't have enough paper. Yeah. All right, so we got Rage coming out. Is that out yet? Is it supposed to be out? Like the launch trailer's out.
Sure.
Could Rage save Bethesda?
No.
Could Rage show up and be like, hey, I'm awesome? I feel like Rage has a lot of fellow kid stuff going on, if that makes any sense. Yeah. Like there's a lot. I mean, it seems,
how do you do, fellow?
It's
fellow
like,
youth.
Hey, listen how much I can say fuck. Are we cool now? I feel like there's a little bit like too much of that stuff. But I mean, I curse that much anyway.
Rage 2 is just like hashtag Borderlands. Am I right, fellas? Like,
cool. Check this out. It's like Borderlands with more fucks.
Yeah.
But it gives less fucks. So I don't know. Rage 2 might be fun.
They literally just replaced goblins with bandits. I'm sorry to keep on running back to this, but I've been reading this while you've been talking, and I just keep on finding page after egregious page of being like,
they just replaced all goblins with bandits.
Yeah, like literally.
Wow.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's move on.
Yeah, we can't.
There's no moving on for this for me, but we're gonna have to. So.
Why are we talking about Uno? No one plays Uno.
Okay, lots of people play Uno.
This is Uno's like Fallout 76.
Okay, but Uno confirms that you can't stack +4 or +2 cards, which caused the internet to nicely remind Uno that they don't understand how their own game works.
Which is the internet. But I want to know, does anyone actually play Uno? There's so many different games out there that people play.
I mean,
is Uno still a thing that anyone plays? I haven't played Uno since I was like 1.
When I worked at an elementary school and I had to play Uno against kids a lot.
Oh.
But
did you +2, +4 them?
oh fuck yeah! Like drop a bomb on them and be like, oh, But yeah.
All right. Uno's for noobs.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got people to play. All right.
Yeah.
People play.
Yeah. Okay. But like,
Do they have Yu-Gi Uno?
So do you agree that you can't stack plus draw 4s on top of draw 4s? Because I think that is bullshit. You should be able to drop a hurricane of draw cards onto your opponent to feel like the biggest badass at the fucking table every time.
But Uno doesn't want you to feel that good. They're like, our game should not make you feel that good. Our game should make you feel kind of good, but not that good.
The idea is to promote friendship.
Oh, God.
No, there can only be Uno, so don't yeah.
All right, for the people
Thank
watching
you,
right
Rigor, no limit on drops.
the people watching right now, Age of Wonders 3 is a pretty decent strategy game.
Yep.
And for the next 16 hours, so sorry guys on YouTube, you should have tuned in on Twitch like all the cool kids.
Yeah, that's what you get.
People on YouTube are not going to tolerate me making fun of them this much. Those idiots on YouTube have been made fun enough, don't you think?
Yeah, those YouTube dumbasses don't know what it's.
They don't deserve it. Those dumbasses on YouTube do not deserve us to make fun of them. What?
Yeah.
What kind of sentence was that?
Yeah. More like you tutors. Oh. Anyways, yeah, go Gauge Wonder. It's free.
by
That's
the way,
the best price for a game.
Where's the laptop link? Let me see. Can I post it over here again? Is that it?
Yep.
Yep. Laptop link.
Woo!
When that laptop get that free game. God, we just love it
Winner
on
is
you guys.
you.
CryEngine 5.8, I believe, is coming out. Yeah, 5.8. This is exciting. If it would...
No, it's not. It's angry.
What the hell? Was there an ad or something trying to load up here? I don't know. I think one of these things was... Oh, this thing was lazy loading. Ah,
Yeah.
yes. Lazy load installed.
It's hot as fucking here.
It is. It's about 90 degrees.
I forgot to bring the thermometer. I was going to bring a thermometer in to see how bad it gets in here.
So one of the things that's really cool about what CryEngine's done is this is a real-time ray tracing demo running on AMD, not NVIDIA. And this is not even with the newest version of the engine. It won't work.
Yeah.
So the CryEngine looks beautiful, number one, but it is, it taxes your system like crazy. But I wonder if the Amazon Lumberyard's also going to get these updates because that's based on the CryEngine. So that could be interesting. But CryEngine has not really been that relevant for a while. You know what I want to see? I want to see Crysis 1 redone with real-time ray tracing that runs on modern hardware. And then we'll see how good that looks. Because Crysis from 2007 still looks better than almost all the modern games. If you throw a 4K texture pack on there, it's really hard to...
It's like how Jurassic Park still looks better than a lot of things that come out now.
Yeah, they just did it. They were like, who cares?
Just make it happen.
The mod works on Crysis? Ooh. Send us a link to that. You have to do
Whisper
it in
us a link.
Yeah.
To how you want to.
I can Google it later, but that's I don't have time for that.
We got a new Saints Row being teased by Deep Silver. Woo!
Is it woo?
I mean,
Where's the damn link? God damn it!
I enjoyed a romp around and.
Good Lord, I don't want to subscribe. Wow, the link on their Twitter page, when you click it, it brings you to their page and forces you to subscribe. That's genius. Those jackasses.
Yeah. Anyways,
Is this the new one?
Yeah, that's what they're teasing. It's for the Switch.
Oh, the Switch.
Yeah.
It's not Saints Row 4 or 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
What number are they on?
5.
5. It's not 5.
Yeah.
We can close that too. There's the larger version of the CryEngine thing.
Yeah. So,
you guys ready for high definition emo cloud?
Yep. You're gonna die.
Don't spoil it for anybody who hasn't played.
Who the fuck hasn't played Final Fantasy?
I have never
VII
played
at
Final
this
Fantasy.
point?
I do not like Squaresoft JRPGs.
Okay,
I
so,
like their
like-
stories and I like the some of that stuff, but the combat really bores me.
I guess. I don't know.
And I would probably start with 9 if I was going to start with a Final Fantasy.
Yeah, there you go.
Because it looks weird. Like it looks extra weird on top of everything else.
With Zidane and Dagger and what's the weird frog thing that eats?
Yeah, but we shouldn't spoil this because a lot of kids have not grown up with PlayStation, and so they never played Final Fantasy VII. And maybe they didn't play it on PC. So
whatever.
You spoiled it.
Whatever. They're not watching.
Cloud dies.
Yep, Cloud dies in the end. Cloud dies so hard.
Falls on his own Buster Sword and busts
someone points out the actual physics of him swinging it, and he goes, "What?" And it cripples down on top of him and shatters his skull.
He could only swing it because he knew that he could swing it.
Yeah.
But once someone questioned it, he realized the physics were impossible.
Yep.
All right. How about the original Blood game? Really, really old build engine game. Remastered? Oh, sure. These guys just remaster all kinds of things. Let's skip. I just want to see the game.
Okay.
So, old school retro.
Pixely.
Yeah, pixely. Old school retro FPS games have been making a resurgence lately. We've seen games like Dusk and Medieval and
all because of Dave.
Ion Maiden. Yeah, it's all Dave's fault.
Yeah, way to go, Dave.
Can't believe you've done this to us.
Yeah.
But now we're seeing all kinds of new games come out.
Look at those guys.
So many games. Blood was an awesome game. It's probably the best build engine game. Other than Duke Nukem was pretty good too. But Ion Maiden's also a new game that came out recently from 3D Realms. It's really good. But let's talk about the best old game. Right? The best old pixely game. Where's that?
That's
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Matt McMuscles here. That's his catch thing when he walks into a room.
Catchphrase.
Yeah, when he walks into a room. Yeah.
He waits till someone says muscles, and then he's like, "Did someone say muscles?" And everyone just instinctively goes, "Matt Muscles!
Matt McMuscles is here." Does he have a Scottish accent? Because it's Matt
McMuscles is here. Kadoosh, kadoosh.
Put your head in this vise.
Yeah. I didn't realize I could do a kadoosh noise with a Scottish accent, but that happened. You guys just witnessed it. You're welcome.
I hate this show. All right, so a list of obscure old school games from Doom Engine, Build Engine, that sort of stuff. What's your favorite? Throw it in the comments over there.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Chasm.
Yep. I didn't see the one I set up here yet.
There's some of them. I'm making a list of games I need to play. I haven't played Realms of the Haunting.
Here's Tech War.
Tech War. Tech War is pretty good, actually. Kind of reminded me of Rise of the Triad, the way it moved and played and everything.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Sin was fun.
Yep. Alien Trilogy. Cyber Mage Dark Light Awakening.
That was actually pretty good, too.
Okay.
Strife was good. There's so many old.
Still like to point out.
I didn't really realize how many there were. Requiem was interesting.
Yep. No one said mine yet.
So Witch Haven was like a version of Hexen with crazier graphics.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as fun, but it was pretty good. And the box art was also pretty
Alpha
good.
Storm.
All right, let's bring yours up.
Still seeing mine.
I've seen your favorite.
Yep.
Let's all right, here we go. Bring it up. Chex Quest.
Boom. Chex Quest.
The guys at Chex were like, all right, Chex Mix is not selling well enough.
Yeah.
Chex Cereal's not selling well enough. We need just a few sprites and a few weapons, and we're going to get the Doom engine and make a video game for Chex.
Yeah. You guys, fucking Chex Quest existed.
Oh, God.
What was that hillbilly game?
Redneck Rampage.
Redneck Rampage, yeah.
Redneck Rampage. Holy shit!
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was,
Yeah.
Redneck Rampage was really good. My favorite, let me bring up mine now.
Was Postal along those lines, too?
That was too new.
Yeah. But Chex Quest, you guys. Chex Quest.
This game doesn't get enough love.
Oh, yeah.
So Zone Raiders it's a game where you drive around in this car and you can strafe. It's a hover car and you have to take down things. You're shooting stuff. It's kind of feels like Descent, but kind of feels like Doom, but kind of feels like some death racy game. I don't know.
With some Star Fox graphics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked Zone Raiders a lot, and I'd love to see that remade. The other days people were like, what game should be remade? And I think Dave was in there saying Blake Stone, and I'm like, come on, this game, but not a lot of people played it, but it was a ton of fun. Chex Mix is legit.
Yep.
People know.
Chex Quest.
Did anybody play Zone Raiders? Am I the only person on the planet that strafed around in a car? Look at him strafing around that corner. being able to strafe in a hover car was so much fun, and it made the driving feel like I felt like kind of like I was driving a '70s muscle car, but also kind of like I was playing Doom, like somewhere in the mix, and it just worked. It was a lot of fun.
Play it with an actual
I played it
wheel.
with the mouse and keyboard, or with it just. I think back then I just played it with only keyboard.
But do you think it would be fun with a steering wheel?
No,
No.
because it might be more fun with the flight stick because the controls feel a little kind of like Descent.
Oh.
Like imagine if Descent was a muscle car instead of like flying around.
Okay.
Know, and you don't have the full 6 degrees of freedom. You're just on a road, but
Still
a lot of fun.
Into it.
The audio's not running on that thing, is it? We can probably pause it before we move on. All right, let's move on. Respawn, hey.
Hey, Jedi Fallen Order gameplay will be shown next month.
At E3. Hey, thanks for whoever did that.
Thanks for following.
Who
Subscribing? Who subscribed?
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. Whoever just did that, thank you.
Or whatever they did.
Yeah.
That made cool noises. All right, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this. I mean, EA didn't destroy Titanfall 2, so maybe they'll let them get away with some cool game.
Ah, thanks.
Hey, thanks.
Gargaroth?
Gargaroth,
I am the Gargaroth.
Is that like a more heavy metal version of Gorgoroth?
Yeah.
I don't know. Gargaroth. It sounds more heavy metal.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if we end up going to E3, who knows at this point, we'll try to get some shots of this, but I'm looking for other things while I'm there too, so.
Yeah. So, Microsoft patented a Braille display and controller. It's pretty cool. Just there's not much to say about this other than the fact that this is really neat, and it's neat that they have developed something accessible for blind people.
I think it's weird because that's like one group that you don't really think about when you're thinking about gaming, right? Mm-hmm. Like deaf gamers, that can be a thing, right? You don't have to have the audio, but it's very difficult to play a lot of games without visuals. So, I mean, you can play like click adventures and stuff. I just think that's a group that's largely left out.
YouTube asked the same thing. How does a blind person play video games?
You can play story-based video games. I mean, I would not expect you to be able to play Twitch games. That's just... I know the sensitive crowd's going to be like, hey, you can't say that, someone with a handicap can't do this. And I'm like, sorry, you if you have a handicap, you can't see. And that's a fact, sorry. But they can probably play different adventure games, a lot of click adventures, games that are turn-based, that kind of stuff can be played. So, I don't know.
Let's see. Kingdom Come Deliverance Final DLC lets you play as...
I read you, Gargaroth. I read you.
Oh, nice. Lets you play as a lady.
What? Who's this Mary Sue?
Yeah.
On the screen, I'm so threatened.
So the last major update is going to be called A Woman's Lot, and it's going to be like kind of a step back from the other gameplay and stuff, and kind of.
Oh, you're going to be playing someone who's part of that, like Henry. What's her name here? Because Henry, your character in the other game, has not a love interest, but I'm not going to spoil any of the story, but she shows up in there a little bit. I didn't identify with Henry that much. Like, he's okay. He's just kind of a dopey dude, like whatever. Yeah. And, of course, he gets more and more powerful as you play the game. But I want to, say hats off to the guys from Kingdom Come Deliverance. They sold 2 million copies. So Warhorse Studios did really well with this game. And it was a game that's very brutal and unforgiving. And, it's really heavy on the story, right? And there's good story, good acting, and that sort of thing. So I want to know what they do next, because this will be their last. And this is the last expansion for it, where you'll also get to fill in some of the blanks in the storyline playing as her. You'll play through some of the old stuff you played before, but yeah. Anyway, what's this?
This is something you put in.
Oh, did I?
Yep.
Oh, I don't remember this one.
Possibly.
I mean, like
the Master Chief Collection could possibly.
I bet Epic Store came to. Here's what's happened: is Epic Store's come to them and said, "Hey, we want you to be an exclusive, and here's a ton of benefits and reasons why and money." But of course, at this point, companies, mostly smaller companies, but like now bigger companies, are taking a step back and being like, "All right, how many millions?
Thanks for hosting us.
How many millions of dollars is your exclusivity nonsense? How many millions of dollars is that worth?" Is it worth this many millions? Is it going to be, because it's obviously going to be super negative.
Millions? Hey, look, boob mouse pads.
I'm not looking at the damn boob mouse pads.
See? Gross.
That's what we need to put on our website. We'll get so many clicks.
Yeah, right.
You guys want boob mouse pads? We'll sell them.
Yeah, you guys want total titty mouse pads?
Thanks for the host. All right, last thing I want to talk about, ray tracing in Quake. I got this going last night, and God, it runs like shit, but it looks cool. I figure out how to tweak it, but it like at 4K it runs at like 20 FPS, but 1080p runs at like 30 FPS maybe, I don't know. But ray tracing in the original Quake engine, they went through and rewrote the graphics code like thousands of lines, and here's how it looks now. It looks a lot brighter. And they've also thrown a texture pack on here because the old school, Quake 2 textures look pretty shitty. But Quake 2 was, in my opinion, a more fun game than Quake 1. But some people will argue with me. If you're talking about the single player version, I like Quake 2. Yeah, but it's pretty cool. Look at all that light bouncing around from all the ray tracing. So it's running way better here than it was on my computer. I've got to figure out what's going on with my drivers or something. But yeah, I could not get it to run this smoothly with my 1080 Ti. So maybe I need an RTX card in there. So I'll take the 2080 home and see if I can get it to run better on that. But I don't know. You think a 1080 should be able to handle a little bit of ray tracing, but it just can't. It cannot. So yeah. Yeah, we have our links disabled.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, you guys ready for some ridiculousness?
Let's hope that this is not...
I haven't looked at these. God, it's so hot. I can't wait.
Let's hope that this is a shit show and not a shit show like it was last week. Last week was just depressing because, okay. Report of a reckless vehicle being driven into the in reverse on Division. Vehicle described as a Buick with dealer plates and a gold sex toy attached to the hood.
A Buick. That's the funny part. The Buick. Oh, that's wonderful. Damn. Anything good?
Nothing good so far.
What's going on?
Really sad.
It's getting hot weather, so people go crazier in hot weather.
School employee now reporting they have confiscated the kid's Sprite and cough syrup cocktail.
Sprite and cough syrup cocktail.
Caller reporting a 12-year-old male who ditched middle school today. Subject is now sitting in the park smoking weed and drinking cough syrup.
What a badass. God, that badass is just drinking cough syrup in the park.
Police to this 12-year-old. Yeah. Police to Northwest Broadway and Hoyt report of a suspicious subject, barefoot male, walking like a doggy. Subject headed towards the Broadway bridge.
Okay, did they not think that maybe his dom told him to do that?
Yeah. Who knows?
Come on. It's obvious his dom told him to do that. And he's enjoying himself even if he's bleeding or dying. Just mind your own business, everybody.
Yeah.
Let people walk like dogs.
This is just getting really sad. People
a
with
machine gun?
Yeah.
What's going on with this male with a machine gun?
Report of a male riding on a BMX carrying a machine gun.
A BMX?
Yeah.
That's not threatening at all.
Yeah. Female just took off with an entire rack of cigarette lighters.
Whoa, a shoulder-length hat.
Yeah. What's a shoulder-length hat?
What is a shoulder-length hat? All right. I'm not seeing too many good things. Let me do a real quick look for...
No machetes, guys. Just machine guns.
Just machine guns.
Disappointing. Disappointing, Portland.
Whoa, it's a paintball gun.
Oh. It is a paintball gun. Like that giant bullet hopper on top or something? I don't know. Yeah.
Like I said, once again, I'm more worried about the people calling the police on people walking like dogs.
Yeah.
And people carrying around paintball guns. It's extremely obvious that a machine gun is not a paintball gun. Like, I've never... Can someone show me a paintball gun that can be mistaken for an M16
it's
or an M14?
It's literally got a giant tub on the top of it to hold paintballs in. It's got, like, a kidney-shaped thing on the top. Unless you have, like, one of the ones that are... I don't know.
Uneducated assholes calling the police. Yep. That's what we have down here in Portland. We have that's pretty much it.
Yep.
And why would you? Okay, if you saw someone walking like a dog in the park with no shoes on, would you call the police?
No.
But apparently, and this guy, I feel like they called the police on him because they were like, he's covered in tattoos on a BMX bike and he has a funny hat on.
Titman paintball guns, they are military sins.
Really? So maybe the guy is a jackass. I don't know. Does someone have a picture of him? Anyway, I can't wait to get that air conditioning back on. Sorry, guys, you're awesome, but I'd rather not drown in sweat. So we'll see you next week.